I want to start off by saying I'm not trying to make fun of anybody in this situation. I'm not trying to laugh at anybody in this situation at all. My intention for making this video is just to make both men and women aware of situations like this that happen a lot. If you don't know who Nick is, he's a YouTuber. He got about 362,000 subscribers and he was dating Sky Bree. Sky Bree is a adult film star, or was a adult film star. She now does OnlyFans and she's a Twitch streamer. They recently decided to discuss why they broke up on Bradley Martin's podcast. I'm gonna I'm gonna play a couple clips, talk about it, play one more clip, talk about it, and then I'll leave y'all alone.
Yeah, I can admit, like, on my side, I think as things grew and, I fell in love, and some things I think, like, did make me go, like, a little off the wall. Like, it would bother me, things. And I had to really tell myself, like, I knew what I got myself into. I shouldn't be.
But you knew what it was.
I know.
So what do you think?
I think it's tough for me knowing that all these other dudes were watching that. And that's hard. Like, for me, the kind of guy I am, I'm a very one-on-one kind of person. Sexually, in a relationship, all of that. Like, I'm very one-on-one. It's all about how I was raised, how I've been. It's hard. That's hard to.
But you knew that.
I know.
That's the thing. You knew it.
It's
going
tough,
into
man.
it.
I'm battling, bro. And
Could it still work? Could this still work?
Well, she asked me to move
I
in
don't
with her.
think he'll ever be okay with my past, ever. He brought it up every single day. Like, I really wish you didn't do this.
That is not true. That was just for the last month. We've had a
like
rocky.
Imagine if someone every single day is in your ear, like, oh, I hate that you did this. Like, that hurts. It
Every
hurt
day
my
or the
feelings.
last month?
Every day. No,
This was not every day. What are you talking about? We just
damn near sometimes twice a day.
No, this last month has been rough. It has
Rough.
been.
So they're saying, obviously they're saying Nick knew what he was getting into, which I understand. He knew what he was getting into. He knew what she did before they got together. But he couldn't predict the pain he was going to feel once he really fell in love with Sky. He couldn't predict that. Yes, he knew like everybody would say stuff, but he didn't know the pain would be that bad to the point where he started taking his anger out on Sky, and it started to mess with their relationship. This situation makes me think about when you see those stories of famous celebrities that tell their girl they're going to have multiple girls, like they're going to have their main girl and their side girl, and the main girl is saying like they're okay with it, like okay, I'll be fine, I understand. And then 6 months to a year later, you see them crying or complaining on social media about how he's that person is continuously messing with other people. They couldn't predict that feeling that they were going to have 6 months to a year later. They couldn't predict that feeling. That's what pops in my head when I see situations like this. That's what pops in my head when I seen this situation. The crazy thing to me is I think like some people really aren't going to understand this, but Nick's reaction wasn't, his reaction was very common. Like his reaction wasn't an uncommon thing. Like I would have responded the way Nick responded if I was in this situation. I believe that 90% of men would respond the way Nick responded in his situation. Men are very territorial. It'll always be that way. We're never going to be okay with our girl sexualizing herself on social media. That'll never be something men are okay with. And when I say men, obviously I don't mean all men, because obviously there's some people out there that they just don't care. But those usually aren't the men that girls want. So yes, there's the rare people out there, but I'm talking about most men are not okay with this. They will not be okay with this, even if they tried their hardest. That's just the way it is. Women, please understand that what you do sexually is gonna matter to your husband. Your husband is gonna care what you have done in your past. I understand that you guys say, you guys will say, oh, a real man shouldn't care. A real man shouldn't worry about the past. Now we're in the present now. We care. Guys don't want to go around other guys knowing that everybody has seen their girl naked. They don't want to talk about all the things that the guys don't want to go around hearing all the things that their girl did. they don't want to go in public hearing all the things that they did to your girl. It's embarrassing. We don't. It makes us feel less of a man. And I understand that you guys go through college, you guys go through, you know what I mean, you start getting attention, you know, you get in the moment, you start doing your thing, you know, you go away from your parents, you're able to do whatever you want to do. I understand like that having fun thing that y'all say having fun, but y'all really, you know, racking up bodies. I understand. I get it. But I need you to understand that when you're doing that, there's going to be some consequences behind that. So I just want you to be aware that there is consequences for those type of actions, even if you believe that men should be over it. And for the men, when you try to get with a girl that has a very promiscuous past, it's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be impossible for you to get over that. It's going to be, especially if it's known in the social media, if it's in social media, it's going to be almost impossible for you to move on. So just be cautious of the situations you put yourself in. Because when you get in a situation like that and you are deeply in love, it's going to start to eat away at you and it's going to really mess up your mental health. This will be the last. I'm just going to play one more clip and then I'm gonna let y'all go.
Essentially, I kind of started to feel like resentment towards him because I felt like he was like limiting me from like making money.
Yeah, but you don't think there's other ways you can make money? Like, I mean, there's tons of brands and that'll still work with you.
It's hard.
Harder.
It's really, really hard.
Yeah. So there's no outside sources of income other than just like
no, there are, but it's like only the bag is just so good.
I know, and
I enjoy running my OnlyFans. Like it's really fun, but he like hated it so much that I felt like I couldn't even like talk to him about like.
Women, please understand that when you start making money sexualizing yourself on social media, like you start making $1 million a year. No, you start making $1 million a month with OnlyFans or whatever the other platform is. Sexualizing yourself on social media, you're making $1 million a month. Do you know how hard it's going to be when you find a man and he doesn't want you doing that anymore? He wants you to pick a different career. Do you know how hard it's going to be to go from $1 million a month? You're taking pictures, you're taking videos, you're having sex, and you don't even have to leave your bed, and you're making $1 million a month. Do you know it is going to be extremely difficult for you to go pick a different career, and you're going to have to work 10 times harder to even make $1 million a year. No, to even make $100,000 a year. So let me go over that one more time. You're taking pictures, you're taking videos, or you're having sex, making $1 million a month. And now the man of your dreams wants you to stop. And you're going to have to work 10 times harder in another career just to make $100,000 a year. It's going to get to a point where you're going to say, you know what? I'm just not going to be with him. You know what? Guys are just not for me. Because there's no way you're going to be able to take yourself from $1 million a month easily, and now you gotta work super hard just to make 100,000. That's a really difficult thing to do. So just be mindful of what career you choose, because it really can hurt you later in life.